Hi, it's Romy. Welcome to the channel, Leo. This is your January 2021 soul story. So if you have a Leo sun, rising or moon, then this reading is general, but it might resonate for you. I'd encourage you just to check back throughout the month, see how some of the insights and the messages just continue to make clearer sense to you and perhaps feel more relevant as you explore what comes up on your journey. So we're opening up your reading with the Prince of Wands. I love this beautiful, vibrant energy depicted in this card. We've got the lion, this beautiful unicorn, you holding this staff with the sunflower and the sun just bursting in the background and this rainbow coming through. And I think that there is something about you feeling extraordinarily inspired by someone or something through this month of January. And what I need to say to you about that, Leo, is that it's absolutely representing an aspect of you that is now being unlocked and ready to be tapped into. And you are meant to be drawn towards those things, those experiences, those energies, and feel ready to take on something new for yourself. There's a beautiful quality of opening up with this reading, you know, communication feeling lighter, you feeling freer to be able to do something. Now, if you find yourself in circumstances that are restrictive and suppressive, then there is this aspect of the guides wanting you to start reimagining things for yourself to a place where you can have more space with which to breathe, because that is absolutely what is going to be emerging. Sometimes these difficult periods of growth that we go through on a personal, on a collective, on an earth energy, you know, put us in extraordinarily harsh or difficult circumstances so that we can arrive at where we need to. This is not a month to water things down. It's a month to be very discerning and wise about what is important to you. But then absolutely commit yourself to the things that are going to bring more of this positive, beautiful energy your way. Okay? Now, as we move into Capricorn energy at the beginning of the month, we see Mars coming out of Aries into the sign of Taurus. So it does sometimes bring about a slowing down of our physical energy, but what it can do is really give us that beautiful sense of being more clear-minded and methodical about the way that we make something happen. Now, with the Six of Wands coming in here, again, we've got this link to the beautiful sunflowers. So this is your success we're talking about here, you know, absolutely linking into your sign with that beautiful flower. Now, you are leaping over a heart here, so you are leaping towards and being involved in something that is absolutely directly connected into your heart chakra. You are very clear, focused on this star, and so there's something that's telling me, like I said, that you feel very inspired and you want to lock something in, you want to secure something for yourself through this month of January. I think that you should be rightly setting your sights higher. And there's also a reminder at this point that you don't have to earn your right for joy, you know? You don't have to earn your right for success. These are things that are, you know, natural birthrights to you. This is about the discovery that all of these things already naturally reside within you. And perhaps different situations, circumstances, people, connections, and relationships have led you to believe otherwise. But there's a beautiful aspect of you kind of, you know, coming to terms with something in a really sweet way within yourself, and it's giving you this readiness to want to take action, beautiful inspired action towards something new. Now, like I said, you know, these are general readings, and so if you find yourself feeling really lowered or in a different kind of frequency at the moment, these energies are working their way through the month of January, and you will receive the whisper. You know, this is one of the things they gave me when I was linking into your sign ahead of the reading, Leo. This whisper that's coming by way of your guides, by way of your, you know, your higher self speaking to you, the universe calling you, it's going to get louder. And so if you can't hear it right now, just imagine there's a volume button and you're turning it up a little bit, and just ask for it to be given to you a little bit louder and a little bit louder. And when you start to hear it, know that it's not going to leave you. It's going to be with you all the way through this year. It's a really beautiful way that they delivered that message for me, because I feel like it's going to be like that star for you. It's going to be the light that keeps burning very, very brightly for you. And it is going to enable you to get some recognition in areas of your life where you have felt either suppressed, held back, or just not been given the time or the space, or you haven't particularly had the energy, the drive, the inclination to make something happen. Now, your Ace of Swords is cutting through all of the cloud and the confusion here. It's important for us to recognise that through this month we have some kind of really interesting astrological aspects going on. Yours is going to be moving direct in Taurus on the 14th. When these planets shift or station direct or retrograde, it can be very disruptive and we can feel it in very different ways. Taurus coming into you on your 10th house, so that energy of impacting on what's happening in your career, that could be showing up some interesting things around that time. It also comes in at the new moon, so there could be some clarification happening that's really important. Now, the Ace of Swords wants to deliver the truth. It's not always in like the wrapped up with hearts and flowers kind of a way. Sometimes it can feel a little bit abrasive and a bit harsh, but sometimes we need that. Sometimes we just need to sort of step out of the fantasy of something into the reality, because it grounds us, but it also gives us a measure of how much we want something, how capable we are, and really kind of how much we need to equip ourselves and stay true to what's important to us in our own energy. And so if you are on the receiving end of that truth or that clarity, it can kind of bring the adage of the truth hurts, but it also gives you the opportunity for a fresh start, a new beginning, a second go at something, the feeling of just knowing where you stand, knowing where you're at. And I think it's important, in some instances, and it's not because I'm saying we want to burst your bubble through January. What we're saying is that this energy is making its way in to support you and help you to orientate yourself towards things that are really on your soul path that you are meant to realize for yourself. Success, advancement, passion, recognition, energy, vitality. And so we might need to come in and just say, look, this part of your life is not working. This thing you keep doing is not for you. This person, this approach, this ideology, it's like whatever it is, there's an aspect where the guides are lovingly but firmly wanting to come in and say, not that way. That's not the way. But what you are going to find, if you can give yourself the opportunity to be open-minded to receive that truth in the way that it's being delivered, is an absolute breakthrough that's going to give you the opportunity to start making leaps and bounds in some area of your life, okay? And like I said, as we have the heart that's holding the sun here, it's something really valuable, really important, and it directly links into that aspect of inner child, It's something that you need to nourish, that aspect and that part of yourself. Success can come to us and be gifted to us in different ways, but when we come at it from an understanding that we truly feel entitled or ready or deserving of it, then it lands very differently, And so there's something about the receiving energy that's coming through here. How do you receive the good things when they flow towards you? Are you ready to receive them? The Ace of Swords wants to bring in something that's really going to help you to clear out some of the dead wood, clear out some kind of old thought forms that are absolutely not wanting to take up space in what this new pathway wants to deliver. Now, the star coming in is a nice healing elixir to what may be, for some of you, feeling like a little bit of a harsh bursting of a bubble or some information that kind of lands quite sorely. That might not be the experience for all of you, by the way. For some, it just could be the clarification of something that you've been waiting for that then sets you free. But here we have the energy of the star. Now, it links into Aquarius, and of course there's so much focus on around what Aquarius energy wants to teach us and how it's going to be guiding us forward through the coming year. We move into the Sun in Aquarius on the 19th. Of course, it's your 7th house of relationships, so it's that mirroring energy. You're dipping your toe in the water here. So there's kind of I know what I want. I feel inspired. I want to go after and reimagine something for myself. I see what they're doing or what they have. And I know I'm capable, or I would like to do that for myself or have that for me or my family. And it's like, this aspect of the universe wanting to come in and say, yes, this is something that can be realized for you. But you have to strike the right balance of being motivated, feeling inspired by way of your own energy and your own pathway, not locked into other people's, and also allowing for that beautiful healing reminder of what you've been through and what you've come to realize about yourself, you know, your hopes and dreams being really beautifully illuminated here and having the strength to be able to carry you forward. But there's something about you having to be able to receive some of that information in a way that you feel like it's hopeful and not hopeless, okay? Seven of Cups, this beautiful energy of linking directly to Neptune here. So we have the unlocking of something richly creative and imaginative for you. I think if you are, you know, many of you are going to be feeling extraordinarily inspired and kind of like your muse is awakened through this month of January, and that could just be feeling into some of the new 5D frequency and kind of what it's showing you by way of how you can communicate and how you can command your own energy. So I think that's going to be really interesting. Now, it does suggest to me that there could be a slight overwhelm by way of choice or options that are coming through for you. That said, you do seem very focused, so don't lose that focus, is what I will say. If you start out the month and there's something that you're really clear-minded about, and then through different circumstances, something comes to light that tries to either lead you off in a different direction or show something else that might feel attractive to you. We need to remember at the end of the month, Jupiter is squaring Uranus. This is you know, an exceptionally powerful, potent astrological event, which is going to bring some energy that's quite extreme, it's quite extravagant, it kind of wants to make things happen suddenly and shockingly, in a bid for freedom and a bid for going big or going home. And so, you know, that could be making its way towards you and kind of lead you to overstretch yourself or overcommit yourself, overpromise, or just get really caught up in lots of things that might be on the surface looking great for you, but not necessarily in the longer term something that is really going to be conducive to you actually achieving some of the things that are really in your own you know, heart space at the moment. But there's definitely this rich imagination that wants to be opened up, you know. And so regardless of the situation that you find yourself in right now, understand that the growth that's taking place at a deeply cellular level within you, but also within the, you know, the consciousness of the earth right now requires that, you know, through that contrast and that friction, new things are being born. And you've got beautiful page energies coming through here, Princess of Cups showing up, that is demonstrating in some ways that, you know, you might feel naive in certain instances, like you're showing up to places, or you're involved with people where you feel like you're somehow not as informed, or, you know, not at the stage that they're at. And yet if you can be open in your mind and your heart, then there's a beautiful energy of support and kind of inclusiveness that I feel can help guide you. And it may be the other way, you know, maybe you are guiding people, you know, maybe there are children, there are people around you, or people that are just inspired by you, and you have this platform, you have this opportunity to show them. Now, I also see an awful lot of communication opening up, and the more truthful and honest we can be, the more healing and the sweetness and the more loving, kind energies can emerge from that. Okay, we have this beautiful sense of flow that's coming in with the Page of Cups here, with the dolphins and the fishes, and, you know, everything just feels to be kind of unfolding in a really beautiful way in some aspect. And again, if it's not your experience, it's about how can we reimagine our set of circumstances right now to see beyond what is a very temporary situation just now, okay? When we talk about this Mercury retrograde coming in Aquarius, it's on the 30th and it's going to be right through the 21st of February, so very dominant through February. But sometimes these shadow periods that we deal with, I think, can be almost more problematic at times. But anyway, if you are kind of feeling that almost oil and water kind of a vibration toward the end of the month with a certain person or people in your life, that they, you know, just can't get on board with what you are seeing or what you're feeling or what you're experiencing, don't let that stop you. don't water it down is what they're saying, but definitely choose wisely and discerningly who you decide to share things with, or the way in which you decide to share it. And I think then you're going to be on track to make sure that you're not losing momentum and losing focus in the things that are really important to you, is what I want to say, okay? Now, of course, we've got this extraordinary full moon in your sign, Leo, coming in on the 28th. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful reveal and culmination of something that I think is set to give you a sense of security about a particular emotion, a particular experience that you're having in your life, okay? There's some really beautiful, nice, earth, strong energy coming in with that Ten of Pentacles, the Star, Page of Wands. It's just like opening up beautifully to give you that sense of reassurance, So your ideas and the way that you are imagining things for yourself, and the continuation of you giving yourself permission to keep exhaling. It's almost like, these doubts never stop. The fears will always surface. The challenges will repeatedly come at us. So, what you're starting to do in this new year, knowing what you know, having been through what you have been through in 2020, is really about starting to establish like a really sacred space and a sacred bubble of energy around you, your life, your loved ones, and going, these are the things that matter. Here's where my values and my priorities now lay, and this is what I'm going to do each and every day to make sure that I stay true to that. And you really have to start with you. It's not waiting for somebody outside of you to come in and tell you this is the way you now need to live, because if we followed the directive of what's been given to us, then my God, all of us would be just in such a lower vibrational energy right now, because some of the optics out there are crazy. Now, we have to appreciate and respect some of the things that are going on just now, but what makes you feel safe and secure needs to be something that's understood at a soul level. And that's what's being illuminated really strongly around that full moon, as you get to kind of transform and release something about your own sense of self, to step into an energy that allows you to shine, and it gives the card of strength, of course, links into you as well, Leo, which is beautiful, but it gives you the opportunity to be very reminded on how far you've come and what it's taken to get to this point, but also how it's like strengthened you. So, it's not a time to look back in anger. It is a time to look back and say, wow, like that has absolutely been one of the greatest gifts in this lifetime, because it is that once in a lifetime kind of an experience in terms of what 2020 delivered. And what it can and will ultimately do, even if you haven't arrived at that point yet, Leo, is give you this new sense of assurity within yourself that who do I bet on, who do I believe in, who do I trust? Me. It comes from within. It comes from my connection to my higher mind that knows what my unique soul contract is in this lifetime, and how I was supposed to interpret and navigate and learn and develop and grow from each and every one of these experiences. Now, I also see that you are holding a snake here, kind of away from you. So I feel like you are able to kind of hold at a distance someone or something that feels like it could cause an issue or cause a problem, and it's because you have strengthened. You are very protective of someone or something, and yourself, rightly so, and so you are holding this at a distance. So I feel like it is important through January that, perhaps you can't get rid of something completely out of your life, but you absolutely have a very strong, firm boundary in place. And you look very confident and brave and assured in the energy of that, okay? I can see that all the roots are exposed with the tree here, and we've got all of the beautiful carvings, again giving this nice rooted earthy quality to you, just feeling more at peace with who you are and where you're at and how you feel. So I don't think anybody has the ability to kind of come in and bring too much confusion, even though that might be playing out in part of the pathways through the month of January. So really like that you're getting that energy of strength coming up, strength to overcome any of the adversity. So you've got your Seven of Swords here, beautiful white stag is being illuminated and, reflected in the water here, and the swords are kind of making that reflection difficult to see. So maybe we've got to focus in and around a little bit of trust. Who do you trust? When is it appropriate to trust again? How do you cultivate an ongoing level of trust within yourself, within the universe, within people that are, the ones who are in charge of, what happens next for you, whether that be by way of financial support or job or vocation, or just when you get to be free to move or not move out of your house, regardless, it's like this aspect of how you're holding your resiliency and your bravery by way of being faced with, the mistrust of different situations. Really important not to get too drawn into that vibration so that you end up sabotaging so much of this gorgeous energy that's trying to lift you up. Look at this, you know what I mean? It's wanting to drive you higher into the beautiful heavens, this celestial angelic light that's saying this is where you're heading, this is where we're going. Yes, it might get slightly more upheavaled and there's more churn, but ultimately, we're all ascending, and there's this beautiful enlightened energy that's coming in, and that's the whisper. So don't let the whisper be one of negativity, or of feeling like you can't trust yourself or anyone else, or that you end up feeling like things are being sabotaged. Don't feel the world is against you. It is absolutely not. If that is something that is going on in your vibration right now, you have this beautiful healing energy of the star coming in to support you. So let's take a look at your oracle cards, just see what is flowing. Okay, the door to romance. Well, the door is opening. The door is not fully open, and there's a little bit of a cage going on here, but we have a key, and so there is a lock rather, but we need the key. So what is the key that's going to unlock that? I think this is coming through for you, And the romance might not be specific to a person. It could just be you falling back in love with life, you falling back in love with yourself, with an aspect of what you want to draw towards you. There's certainly this beautiful moment of realization and awakening through the month of January. And I love that we have 33 here, which for me is about this aspect of fertility, creativity, connection, community, like building upon something really meaningfully. Here's the key. I've just noticed it right there. Okay, so it's hanging right on the cage, so it's being shown to you. It's visible. Okay, it's not being hidden. There's no trickery here. There's nothing that's trying to pull the wool from under you, the rug wool from under you. It's not about that. It's about trusting and feeling the sense of solidness beneath your feet, and knowing that you have everything that it takes to be able to walk directly towards the things that you want and are being beautifully brought forth on your path for you right now. Almost looks like the red curtain, doesn't it? And kind of being on a stage. And again, I just think this full moon has got something really special to share with you by way of a message for that. But certainly if you are looking specifically to focus on romantic relationships, then again, there's an opening up, really beautiful communication coming in, and a lot of healing energies. So whether that brings in the opportunity for something new by a release of the old, or by reconnecting or reuniting or taking something to a different level, that is available for you. So here we have the energy of the gateway. You've got these beautiful unicorns showing up quite strongly in your reading this month, so very magical. And I love that you're kind of already on the path. You're on the path here. It's not like you've got this huge way to go, but there's something beautiful at each moment of the path. So we don't have to wait till we get all the way to the end where this waterfall is. There's still a bridge to cross over, but you're already in a beautiful environment right now. You're already in the forest and everything is being radiated and illuminated around you. And this gateway that you've already walked through as a result of 2020 is opening the doors for you. So this beautiful aspect of something freeing up and, space being given so that you can reimagine where you have more room to breathe. I think that's really important. Leo, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. This is a general reading. If you would like to join me for the extended version, I'm going to go ahead and just pull some clarifying cards for that for us now. So think about a question that might not have come up in the main reads, and we will go ahead and pull some cards to discuss that for you. Okay, so let's just clarify the main spread. So just starting with that Prince of Wands. We've got Nine of Pentacles. We've also got the Queen of Wands coming in. So lots of nice fire energy to support you through this month. Could be yourself or someone else showing up. We've also got Justice energy coming in. Libra. The Devil showing up with that Six of Wands. Hermit. A lot of wisdom coming through with that King and the Hermit. Even the Devil, you know, something very wise to show you. I love that we have the Star with the Three of Swords there. Very healing energy, perhaps for some of you in relation to a specific connection. Strength as well again. Ten of Pentacles again. Getting a lot of your archetype energies coming through in this reading, which is lovely to see. Okay, Leo, I'm going to just wrap us up there. If you want to join me, the link for the extended is in the description box underneath the video, and I look forward to continuing this conversation. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you beautiful blessings for the month ahead. Thanks for tuning into the channel and being here. I appreciate you. Lots of love.